If you think Arknights Endfield is just another gacha trying to steal your attention for 10 minutes a day, you are already underestimating it. This game is not content with being a login loop or a side-screen experience. It wants your time, your planning brain, and occasionally your patience. After roughly 20 hours inside Talos 2, what stands out is not just the sci-fi aesthetic or the familiar gacha framework, but the sheer ambition behind how all its systems intersect. Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Check out my loot bar link in the description and pinned comment for cheaper than in-game top-ups. Loot bar offers up to 25% discounts, plus an extra 10% off when you use my link. It is widely used by WoWa players, has strong Trustpilot ratings, and supports DIY top-ups on your PC or mobile, where you get the discounts without sharing your password. Just log into Loot Bar, purchase, and then you go to their online DIY top-up page to complete the transaction yourself without giving anyone your password to do it. If you're looking to top up and save big, Loot Bar is a straightforward and secure way while supporting the channel. So, let's get back to it. You step into the role of the Endministrator, or Endmin for short, a classic messianic protagonist who wakes up with no memories and a suspicious amount of importance. If that setup feels familiar, it is because the genre loves this narrative shortcut. Like other modern action RPGs, Endfield uses amnesia as a clean slate for both story and player onboarding. The difference here is scale. You are not just saving villages or chasing gods, you are effectively reclaiming and industrializing an entire planet. Talos 2 is hostile, strange, and visually striking. After a 10-year absence, the Endministrator returns to a world that has clearly not been waiting patiently. You encounter marauders dressed like they walked out of a post-apocalyptic fashion catalog, strange zoomorphic enemies that blur the line between machine and beast, and antagonists who look far too elegant to be trustworthy. The premise is genuinely intriguing, even if the opening hours struggle to tell it smoothly. The early narrative leans heavily on exposition, often stopping itself just to explain something that could have been shown through play. The pacing can feel awkward, especially if you're eager to get moving. That said, once you push past that dense introduction, the game opens up in a way that feels far more confident. Combat becomes flashier, environments become more diverse, and the overall atmosphere starts doing the heavy lifting that dialogue initially failed to do. At its core, your gameplay loop revolves around deploying to the surface with a squad of up to 4 operators. Together, you explore zones, clear enemies, solve light environmental puzzles, and extract resources. These cleared zones then feed into the larger metagame, where automation and base building take center stage. Early characters like the masked Endministrator, the focused and empathetic Perlika, and the energetic Chen Xianyu ease you into combat without overwhelming complexity. Later on, the roster expands through gacha polls, giving you more specialized roles and playstyles to experiment with. Moment-to-moment gameplay is not revolutionary. Many puzzles involve simple switches, environmental triggers, or small traversal challenges. Enemy encounters repeat archetypes frequently, especially early on. What carries these systems is presentation. The cyberpunk-inspired visuals, clean animations, and strong art direction make familiar mechanics feel more engaging than they otherwise would. It's surprisingly easy to lose track of time just pushing through one more area. Combat itself is fast and responsive, though noticeably more complex than some of its peers. If you're used to games where character swapping is constant and fluid, Endfield may feel unusual at first. The game allows you to either actively rotate between operators or focus primarily on a single unit, while others provide support abilities when ready. This hybrid approach gives players flexibility, but it can feel awkward on a controller until muscle memory catches up. Exploration is where Endfield quietly differentiates itself. You do not explore alone. Your deployed team moves with you, assists with gathering, and actively points out nearby resources, chests, and special materials. They mine ores for you, pick up drops, and generally act like competent co-workers rather than decorative companions. In tighter spaces, this can backfire. Units can crowd doorways or get stuck on terrain, but the inclusion of an instant reposition button solves most of these issues without frustration. Traversal is deliberately constrained. There's no free climbing or exaggerated vertical movement. Instead, the game pushes you to engage with its traversal tools. Zip lines, movable crates, and mechanical platforms turn navigation into a light puzzle rather than a test of stamina meters. Traversing mountainous regions becomes a matter of planning rather than brute forcing your way upward, which fits the game's broader emphasis on logistics and preparation. All of this feeds into what is arguably Enfield's most distinctive feature, its economy. This is not a micro-crafting system designed to drip-feed upgrades. It is industrial. You build a base, generate power, install production lines, and automate the creation of materials at scale. The game feels less like a traditional gacha RPG and more like a factory sim wearing anime armor. You are not just farming resources, you are managing supply chains. There is still mystery here. Inventory limits mean you cannot hoard everything forever, and the long-term purpose of mass production is not fully revealed early on. It raises interesting questions about future systems, trading, or large-scale progression. What is clear is that this economy is designed to think bigger than daily stamina spending. Progression systems will feel familiar to RPG veterans. Characters level up, weapons improve, gear slots unlock, abilities scale, and sequence upgrades enhance performance. Notably, character sequences require fewer duplicates than many comparable games, making full investment slightly more accessible if you plan carefully. If you manage your resources well, progression feels steady rather than punitive. The gacha system itself is surprisingly structured. Character acquisition uses a currency called Oro Barrel through a system known as headhunting. 6-star operators have a low base rate, with 5 stars appearing more frequently, and a guaranteed 5-star every 10 pulls. If you go too long without pulling a 6-star, soft pity begins, increasing your odds, with a hard guarantee before pulls spiral out of control. Limited banners introduce a familiar 50-50 mechanic, but include a one-time safety net that guarantees the featured character if you commit enough pulls. Weapon banners operate separately, using arsenal tickets that are largely earned through character pulls. Weapon rates are higher, pity thresholds are lower, and featured guarantees are clearer. However, weapon banner pity does not carry over, which makes planning especially important. The separation of character and weapon currencies is a double-edged sword. It prevents direct competition between banners, but also punishes impulsive pulling. You also gain access to an armaments mode, which allows you to obtain select 4- and 5-star weapons by exchanging specific resources or points, providing a meaningful boost during the early stages of progression. The smartest approach is patience. Enfield rewards players who save with intent rather than chase luck. The systems are transparent enough to plan around, but unforgiving if you ignore their structure. That said, issues do occasionally surface. You may notice minor environmental glitches or odd animation behavior, particularly with wildlife, but these moments are largely ignorable and rarely disrupt the overall experience. One notable friction point is the inability to seamlessly use both keyboard and mouse and a controller at the same time, unlike in Wuthering Waves. It is not game-breaking, but it can be mildly frustrating to switch control types when prompts appear. Enfield is not a flawless game out of the box, yet these rough edges feel more like growing pains than deal-breakers. Realistically, very few games of this scope launch without a handful of small bugs. Arknights Endfield is not perfect. Its opening hours test patience, its explanations can overwhelm, and some systems clearly hide their full purpose behind future updates. But beneath that is a game that genuinely tries to evolve the genre, rather than just iterate on it. If you're looking for a gacha RPG that respects planning, rewards long-term thinking, and blends action with automation in a meaningful way, Enfield is absolutely worth your time. As always, if this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe. Ring that bell for massive gacha luck and maybe a sandwich. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po, and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye.